And now there's this recall going on. Again, today is the final day of voting. So we'll decide later, or we'll figure out, we'll find out later if it was successful. But there's been some very interesting developments. If you guys remember, Caitlyn Jenner was running at the beginning. I think she technically still is. However, that fizzled out pretty quickly and mostly just made for, some kind of like clickbaity headlines. A lot of, liberals made fun of Caitlyn for obvious reasons, complete dumbass. But it seemingly another threat emerged shortly after Caitlyn Jenner's 15 minutes of fame. I guess she's had a lot more than 15 at this point in her life. But Larry Elder, conservative radio host, total idiot, by the way, total fucking moron, just representative of some of the worst and most, unpopulous tendencies of conservatism, frankly, has really come up as the new contender in this election. And this is all made for some interesting conversation. But unfortunately, Rose McGowan, someone who we've covered positively in the past, waded into this and basically exposed herself as a total fucking joker, in my opinion. So let's take a look at this, guys. We can see here that actress and activist Rose McGowan says she is no longer a Hollywood Democrat, endorses Larry Elder for California governor. Let's take a look here. She says, the time for radical change is now. So that's pretty funny considering that she's literally endorsing a boomer conservative radio host. She might as well literally be endorsing Rush Limbaugh, obviously who's dead, but Larry Elder is basically no different. But just to be fair, let's take a look at her video, her endorsement, and see if there's any merit behind this. Because like I said, Gavin Newsom is a degenerate. He's a piece of shit. He's an elitist, fucking idiot and a hypocrite. So he totally opened up the door to this recall. Let's see if Rose makes any good points about why she wants Larry Elder to be the next governor.
I travel the world and I've had so many people say to me, Americans are the most uneducated. Not wrong, but they are wrong in this. It's undereducated. It's systematic and it's done to you all on purpose to keep you part of a complicity machine that benefits few. This is not a country or a state for everyone. This is a country for the few. This is a country for people like hair gel in the Bahamas, okay? That's the reality. And I really wish I had better news. It gives me no pleasure to be the bearer of like truth, which is sometimes ugly. But do you want a society that has gangrene on its leg, but puts on a fancy suit and pretends it's not there while they hobble in pain? Or do you want to just stop, look at reality, take your medicine, clean up the wound, and run? Run free. Why not change? Why not go big? Why not put a stake in the heart of evil? Because that's what this really is. This is good and this is evil. And if you're tired of people looking at this country like it's the Florida of the world, which it is, looked upon that way, because, it's earned it in a lot of ways. I know this place has it.
Oh, you mean the state controlled by Republicans? Anyway.
In it to be better. I know it does. I've met so many good people in this country. Not the elites. Absolutely not. But the person I meet, that's the housekeeper at the hotel I'm staying at, who shouldn't even have that title because she's a queen of a woman. And then we have the Jennifer Siebel Newsoms of the world. Why? Why do you keep choosing that? Why do you keep electing that? Don't listen to their buzzwords. Cult leaders, which is what these people are. I would know. I grew up in one, like I said. They massage your mind. They keep you in fear. They keep you in doubt. I kind of suspect on the inside that this is all a lie, but I don't want to be the one that stands out and takes it on the chin. Well, I'm here to confirm for you it is a lie. It is a fact.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Rose McGowan should be fucking institutionalized.
Yeah, look, the thing is, it's like everybody's like, oh my God, she's endorsing a Democrat and not endorsing a Democrat and the Vanguard's melting down because they can't handle fucking eclectic politics. Blah, blah. I'm like, why the fuck would you support somebody that wants to cut taxes for the elites, that wants to fucking promote conservative economics? Like, do you just abandon your fucking actual political policy initiatives as soon as you like fucking this is culture war, man. This is like her trying to like play her cards right. Like, she's just steeped in the culture war. And like, yes, it's true what she's saying at the beginning about how Americans are chronically undereducated, but she's just fucking embodying that right now. Like, oh, okay, so just because Gavin Newsom bad, Larry Elder is good? Like, no. They're both bullshit. They're both bullshit. They're absolutely both bullshit. So why would you endorse either of them? I don't fucking know. Like, Gavin Newsom is a huge piece of shit. We have done nothing but call him absolute scumbag. And I'm not going to hear him stand here and say that he's anything other than like a byproduct of Democrats in Silicon Valley that have pushed his campaign to the top. Like, he's just like a Kamala Harris California Democrat. Like, this is absolutely obvious. But Larry Elder is no like fucking change to the system. You know, that's just a standard dude that would get elected in a place like Kentucky or fucking Georgia. Would you be fucking cheerleading behind some fucker that's running as a Republican in Georgia? No, probably not. Because guess what? He's also fucked. Like, it's just mind-boggling to me. And she's here making herself look like an absolute elitist piece of shit when she's like, and those housekeepers who don't even deserve that name, they should be called queens. That's what they are. I'm like, are you fucking so out of touch that you're like, it's ridiculous? And she's like speaking like she's doing a monologue at an audition in Hollywood, which I think also makes her just look like an even more vacuous, out of touch celebrity. But again, she's really fucking picking up a following with One American News Network.
Yeah, this is absolute verbal diarrhea, just fucking dribbling out of Rose's mouth at this point. Makes no fucking sense. It's so clear she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She doesn't talk about a single policy. All it is this like, oh, the Democrats are cult leaders and radical crazies, and I'm a fucking Rose McGowan. Like, what do you think the Republican Party is? Who the fuck do you think Larry Elder is? Some like populist champion or some shit? Like, what the fuck do you think that the Republican Party stands for that the Democratic Party doesn't? How are you going to acknowledge the issues with one of the parties, but then act like the other one is somehow the antidote to it without acknowledging that both parties are equally part of the problem and that both represents the capitalist oligarchic duopoly? I thought Rose McGowan was like supposedly a third party person. Like, for a while she was like endorsing the MPP and shit. Now you're going to turn around and endorse a Larry Elder. Like, what the fuck even is this? And also, Larry Elder is literally worse than Gavin Newsom. Quite, in fact, quantifiably worse on things like environment, on things like taxing the rich. He literally supports offshore drilling. He doesn't support women's right to choose, et cetera, et cetera. This is literally no different than people who identified accurately the problems with Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden and then turned around and said, well, I'm going to vote for Trump. He's better. It's literally the same thing. It's not better. It's arguably even worse, but either way, it's so counterproductive and also just way to ruin all of your credibility in one fucking fell swoop. I think that's represented well if you look at the replies under this tweet she made. Again, this hilarious tweet. The time for radical change is now. Yeah, I'm sure radical change will come along with electing Rush Limbaugh as your fucking governor, essentially. But yeah, a lot of people in her comments, her followers are seemingly not with this comment, this endorsement. Here it says Gavin Newsom is part of the problem, but so is Larry Elder. You can be against both of these assholes. See how that works. Larry Elder is a shitbag as bad as Gavin Newsom. So yeah, pretty much exactly what I just said. Here, as another supporter says, I'm very sad seeing this. You're such a strong advocate for women's rights. You have a huge LGBT fan base, and this man stands against all of that. I'm sorry for Newsom's wife, but why not remove support from both of them? Why support Elder? You cannot support them equally. Someone says, I'm sorry you've decided to undo a lot of the good you've done by teaming up with Elder. This is just wrong. So I think it's fair to say that a lot of the people that support and follow Rose are quite disappointed by this. Again, even on the Vanguard, we've given her credit in the past for saying some pretty based things, but this is just a bridge too far. This is just total self-parody and honestly confirming what a lot of people were saying about Rose, saying that she was trending in this direction and that she was just going to reveal herself as kind of like a conservative grifter. I think it's fair to say that's come to fruition with these recent actions. I have no sympathy for this. I think it's total bullshit, attention-seeking behavior, acting like, oh, the Democratic Party is full of elitist, predators, but the Republican Party is the antidote to it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? The Republican Party is definitely just as, if not worse, than the Democratic Party. And to say or suggest or imply anything otherwise is just a total failure.
Yep, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. But I do think that I just think we'll see, right? And I think that if Gavin Newsom were to lose, he would deserve it. I think that that's also fair, right? He brought this all on himself. I wouldn't like blame Rose for like or whatever. She's entitled to her fucking opinion. Obviously, I just think it's a horseshit fucking take. It's one of the worst I've ever seen from this woman, who up until now I thought had a pretty good political compass. So anyway.
Yeah, I guess it was surprising to me, but also just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to address a few super chats. Thank you, Andrew, for the 199. The better move would be to endorse nobody. Exactly. I would be sympathetic if she said, just fuck Gavin Newsom. I want him recalled. If she had just left it at that, even, I would be like, okay, that's fair. We can have a conversation about that. Or obviously, if she had supported someone else that was to the left of Gavin Newsom, that would be a different story.
Which wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, exactly. But just endorsing a literal conservative radio host that stands for nothing other than the most degenerate fucking aspects of modern day conservatism is not impressive. You're literally just being a tool for the establishment, which you pretend to be against. You think the establishment would hate Larry Elder? You think that the fucking rich people, come on.
They would just pretend to be all aghast like always, but then they don't actually give a shit. Nancy Pelosi was literally just out walking around like fucking being like, oh, we need a strong, robust Republican Party. I want a good sparring partner. I need somebody that I can, work and get things done with. All that kind of like bullshit, right? Like it's all performance. And so I think Larry Elder, a guy that's like campaigning on mask mandates and like getting California back to normal, and all these liberals are sending jobs away from us. No, maybe it's the fucking... fact that we allow people to send work and labor overseas for dirt cheap to exploit everybody else for it's that might be something to do with it, not whatever. But anyway, that's all I had to say on the recall thing. I just think it's super cringe from Rose, and something that I just laughed. I was like, fuck, this is so unexpected and just a terrible take.
Yeah, no, it's just unhinged, to be honest. Totally cringy. I mean, just listen to this shit. She's like,
it's systematic, and it's done to you all on purpose to keep you part of a complicity machine that benefits few. This is not a country or a state for everyone. This is a country for the few. This is a country.
It's like she's in a casting room, like she's doing an audition right now.
Reality, and I really wish I had better news. It gives me no pleasure to be the bearer of like truth, which is sometimes ugly. But do you want a society that has gangrene on its leg, but puts on a fancy suit and pretends it's not there while they hobble in pain?
Are you like,
want to just stop?
Yeah, it literally sounds like an audition.
Reality, take your medicine, clean up the wound, and run. Run free. Why not change? Why not go big? Why not put a stake in the heart of evil? Because that's what this really is. This is good and this is evil. And if you're tired,
and she's just saying nothing.
She's making Larry Elder to be somebody he's completely not, right? A massive businessman, conservative history that goes back decades. Basically why he's popular is, he's running against Gavin Newsom's horrible bungling of coronavirus. But what he's also doing is bringing a bunch of his terrible fucking ideas with him to office. And everybody also like understands, like I don't understand why. I'm having a hard time computing how Rose goes from being somebody who is so aware of bipartisan corruption and speaks relatively eloquently about it at times, to now being like this longtime conservative who is steeped in Republican Party, right? Built his whole fucking support base off of it, is now like some like stake in the heart of fucking corporate oligarchy or like the mainstream media or like celebrity Hollywood, whatever the fuck she thinks she's fighting against. Like this is fucking crazy. And it's like she's auditioning for like Van Helsing or something. Like, we're gonna slay this fucking evil together. We can't let society be overrun by. I don't know, man. It's just all of this just seems like a bad B movie that I would rather see her starring and then giving this kind of political analysis.
feel like it's the Florida of the world, which it is looked upon that way because it's earned it in a lot of ways. I know this place has it in it to be better. I know it does. I've met so many good people in this country. Not the elites. Absolutely not. But the person I meet, that's the housekeeper at the hotel I'm staying at, who shouldn't even have that title because she's a queen of a woman.
It's like Michael Scott.
The Jennifer Siebel Newsoms of the world. Why? Why do you keep choosing that? Why do you keep electing that?
Electing what? Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I can't deal with this clip, guys. This is too much. I don't want to dunk on Rose too much because I know she's been through a lot, but this is unhinged. And if you think this is compelling, then I do not know what to tell you. If you think this is even remotely compelling, then you are just extremely susceptible to straight up fucking tomfoolery. I don't know how else to put it. This is some bullshit, guys.